Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula, and welcome to another Pokemon Go discussion video. So today I wanted to talk about the state of player versus player gameplay in Pokemon Go, why I think it's still very problematic even though Niantic took a whole season off in order to fix a lot of issues, and I do think Niantic needs to consider redoing this system altogether. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Alright, I feel like I've talked about this ad nauseum on my channel, but here we go again. So, Pokemon Go's PvP system is quite broken at the moment, even though Niantic took a whole season off in order to fix a lot of the issues. And sure, a lot of those issues were actually fixed during that Interlude season, but there is a lot of other issues that have suddenly come up. And one of those issues is that wins are not being counted for some players. There isn't a lot of concrete information on what is causing this issue, but it is preventing a lot of players from progressing in the Go Battle League. Players are also reporting an issue where Pokemon are being switched into the battle, but they're visually not appearing in the game. Thus, you will see the wrong charge attack on the wrong Pokemon, so players are not able to react accordingly. From a strategic point of view, this could be an extremely frustrating issue, mainly because you could be expecting one particular charge attack, but you'll end up getting another and it's going to devastate your Pokemon. And it's not just these issues. There's still a lot of sync issues and lag issues that players have reported, so overall, it really feels like Niantic didn't do much with the Interlude season. I really think this is a pressing matter, mainly because when it comes to Pokemon Go's PvP, that is the ultimate form of endgame that Pokemon Go currently has. So if it is not in a good shape, then players really do not have anything to look forward to for the endgame. In my honest opinion, I really think Niantic should just scrap the current PvP system and just start from scratch, because the current system is not necessarily user-friendly and there's just a whole lot of issues with how the system is laid out. Because from a technical standpoint, it really seems like no matter how many bugs they end up fixing with Pokemon Go's PvP system, they're just going to end up introducing a bunch of new ones, and I really do feel like it's because of the way the server communicates with the game. It's just not a system that is designed to handle Pokemon Go's current PvP system, so I really do think that Niantic should go into a more turn-based model, very similar to the mainstream games, and I do think that's going to be a lot more fun and a lot more engaging. Yes, it's definitely going to slow down the gameplay quite a bit, and there's going to be a lot less overlap between raiding and PvP, but I still think they should consider just redoing the entire system, because as it currently stands, it's really hard to get into because of just how buggy it is. And it's not just these issues that is the major problem. Pokemon Go's PvP system has a sheer number of barriers of entry. It's extremely hard for newer players to get into the Go Battle League. I just feel like the current PvP system is just not something that a lot of players can get into. Not only is it resource intensive with Stardust and Candy, but you do need to do a lot of research regarding different matchups and what the best teams are, and of course there's different aspects like PvP IVs and different things like that. I think overall this is a really frustrating system that requires a lot of min-maxing, which I don't think a lot of players would be interested in, especially because Pokemon Go is meant to be a very casual game. It's really difficult for players who are not dedicated PvPers to get really into this system. Consider this for a moment. Anytime Niantic releases a new specialty cup, there is a whole laundry list of Pokemon that players need to spend Stardust on in order to get it ready for that cup. And after that cup ends, those Pokemon will not be used again. Now for players who are not getting a certain amount of Stardust every day, this is going to cause them to fall behind. You also have to consider that certain event spawns will not always be reliable for the next specialty cup. So in general, there's just a lot of hoops that players have to jump through in order to be competitive in Pokemon Go's PvP system. Even for myself, I barely touched the Master League and a lot of the specialty cups because I dedicated a lot of resources into one or two particular teams, and those teams are only eligible for Open Great League, and there's another team that I dedicated resources into for the Ultra Premier League. I don't have a whole bunch of other Pokemon that I typically use for PvP, so that means if either of these cups are not available, then I'm pretty much not engaged in PvP at all. And I do think there's a lot of players out there that shared this experience. Even with the introduction of the World Championships and with all these battle days, like, it's not enough to get players interested in this system. I really think Niantic needs to go back to the drawing board and think of better ways to get players engaged in PvP. Aside from some of the rewards that players get from these Go battle days and from PvP itself, it's really hard for players to feel incentivized to actually spend all of that Stardust and candy on PvP specific Pokemon, because the return on all of that spending is not always that rewarding. But yeah, there is a community of dedicated PvPers that are actively playing in Pokemon Go's Go Battle League, and they all typically have really good and legitimate reasons for why they enjoy Pokemon Go's PvP system, but a lot of these players take issue with Pokemon Go's PvP system that is typically shared with the Pokemon Go community at large. So I really do think Niantic needs to keep their ears to the ground and figure out ways to improve this system, because as it currently is, it's not really a fun system and it's completely broken. It's really disheartening that they took a whole season off in order to fix a lot of these bugs, and they made a lot of lofty promises, but none of those promises feel like they were met. Yes, the system is a lot better than it was just a year ago, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that they've been prioritizing Pokemon Go's PvP in order to get it ready for the World Championships. But even then, I feel like these issues are just extremely pressing, and Niantic has a lot of work that they still need to do. Hopefully this is not going to require another Interlude season, but at this point I really do not know how Niantic could approach this. Of course, even for the issues that I laid out earlier on in this video, Niantic is fully aware of them, and they do claim that they're working on fixes for them, but what new bugs are going to be introduced after they fix these bugs? That's just kind of how the gameplay has been. And I really do hope Niantic gets creative with a lot of those barriers of entry. They could just flood the game with a lot more PvP-centric Pokemon like they have been doing, but I really think the best option here is to just redo the system entirely so that it is a lot more casual friendly. And I do like the ideas that are being thrown around by the community, like having certain ways to improve or decrease the IVs of certain Pokemon so that they can be a lot more optimized for PvP, and then of course having more access to those hidden community day moves, even if it's temporary for battling. Maybe they could also normalize CP and IVs for every Pokemon that is used in certain leagues, as long as those Pokemon meet certain criteria. Like for example, if you have an Azumarill that is at a certain level, then it will automatically be at 1500 CP when you use it in the Great League, and it will have the ideal stats that will make it optimized. Not only will this even the playing field when it comes to game balance, but it will be a lot more easy for casual players to dive into Pokemon Go's PvP system. But yeah, I really hope these are some of the conversations that Niantic is having behind the scenes, but only time will tell, and yeah, I'm really hoping for the best here. Anyway, these are just some of the thoughts and opinions that I've been currently having when it comes to Pokemon Go's PvP. Let me know your thoughts regarding Pokemon Go's Go Battle League down below. Is this something that you would like to see improve, or are you someone who just simply does not care about PvP? Let me know why down below, and let's have a great discussion. And yeah, if you ended up enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. And yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.